This is a News 9 Sports Special presentation. The best 9 high school athletes. Brought to you by Belmont Savings Bank.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us for the spring sports edition of the Ohio Valley's Best 9 presented by Belmont Savings Bank. I'm Rob Metzger. During the next half hour, we're going to unveil the best 9 male and female athletes from the just completed OVAC spring sports season. The best 9 athletes selected by our panel after nominations were emailed to us throughout the spring. And before we begin to announce the best 9, let's take a look at the best 9 teams from this spring. And we begin with the newly crowned Ohio Division IV State Baseball Champion Toronto Red Knights. Ohio East District Coach of the Year Brian Perkins' Red Knights brought home the big trophy for the first time since 1998, defeating Hillsdale Sunday 3-1 to claim the crown. That followed an 8-0 win in the semifinals. Prior to state, the Red Knights defeated Huntington and Newark Catholic in the regional tournament. Toronto won a district title by first beating perennial power Highland in the semis, followed by a victory against Strasburg in the district final. The Red Knights also won a 25th straight sectional title this season, along with the OVAC 2A championship. Junior Lucas Kolchinski and senior Nate Carafa were first-team All-State selections. Carafa, one of 6 seniors who depart from the state title team, including Nick Stinchak, Kobe Herrick, Nick Cheaptalk, Joy Clapham, and Carson Meek. The St. Clairsville baseball team made a tournament run for Red Devils fans to remember, winning a regional championship by knocking on Steubenville in extra innings and advancing into the Ohio Division II state semis for the first time since 1997, where they eventually fell 2-0 to Gilmore Academy. The Red Devils' deep tournament run was nearly grounded in just its second game, but down to their final strike in the district semis, the Devils rolled off 4 straight 2-out hits, including senior Kyle Storr's go-ahead 2-run hit, which led to the 5-3 win. The Red Devils also won a Buckeye 8 title prior to their Ohio postseason run. Tom Sleva's Red Devils wrapped up with a 20-11 record. The Steubenville baseball team reached the regionals again this spring, winning a 6th straight district championship with a 10-0 shutout of Indian Valley. It was part of a run which saw Big Red win 17 of its final 19 games following a 7-5 start. Head coach Fred Hetherington's squad defeated Licking Valley in the regional semis before bowing out to St. Clairsville in extra innings. Prior to the Ohio postseason, Big Red took home a 24th OVAC championship, rallying past top-seeded Morgantown by scoring 7 runs in the 7th. Senior CLAYTON CRISS earned second-team All-Ohio, while junior Nico Koski was a special mention pick. Big Red finished the season with a 24-7 record. The Lindsley baseball team completed an OVAC championship repeat, handing Barnesville its first loss of the season in the OVAC 3A title game in April. The Cadets earned a 4-1 win against the Shamrocks, scoring 3 in the 7th. It was OVAC title number 21 for the Cadets and the 8th for current head coach Jake Cartwright. The Cadets posted a 19-7 record this spring against a very challenging schedule. And the Barnesville baseball team won its first 16 games in 2019, rising to the top ranking in Ohio Division III at one point this year. They earned the top seed in the Division III East District Tournament. The Rocks and OVAC Coach of the Year DJ Butler reached the district semifinal round where they bowed out to eventual state finalist Ridgewood. Barnesville led on the mound by junior ace pitcher Jagger Jeffers with his 6-2 record, 1.18 earned run average, and first-team All-State catcher Jared Kernan, who hit .393 with 6 homers and 21 RBI. The Rocks wrapped up the season with a 20-7 record. The Wheeling Central baseball team made another run to the West Virginia State Tournament despite fielding a very young team with only 3 seniors. The Maroon Knights went 21-10, winning sectional and regional titles on their home field before bowing out to Charleston Catholic in the state semis. Sophomore Avery Lee was named to the all-tournament team and first-team All-State. Wheeling Central also qualified for the OVAC Class 2A tourney, where they eventually fell to Ohio State champion Toronto in extra innings. The Wheeling Park track and field squads earned runner-up finishes at the state meet last month. The boys team included a state championship in the 4x8 relay on Friday and the 4x1 relay on Saturday to go along with a number of top 6 finishes to score team points. The girls brought home a title in the 4x2 relay and in the shuttle hurdles, along with many more top 6 finishes to earn team points. But the boys and girls won regional titles prior to the state meet, and the girls won 5A and overall championships at the OVAC meet. The Wheeling Central lacrosse team brought home its 3rd West Virginia Scholastic Lacrosse Association state title this season, avenging a loss to Spring Mills to win the title 11-8. Central had also avenged an earlier season loss to Wheeling Park, defeating the Patriots in the semis to advance. The Maroon Knights were able to win the title despite returning just 2 starters from the previous season, Griffin Stanger and first-team All-Stater Chase Edgerton. Steubenville Big Red softball repeated as OVAC 5A champs this season, defeating Brook in the title game. Head coach Gus DiMarzio, the OVAC Coach of the Year, then saw his team make what is believed to be the deepest postseason run in program history. First defeating Maysville in the sectional, followed by a win against St. Clairsville in the district semis before Philo ended Big Red's season in the district championship game. They ended with a 19-7 record. The future looks bright for another strong season ahead. Big Red graduates 2 senior starters in Leah Ferguson and Steph Michael Blackburn. About time to start unveiling the best 9 male and female athletes, but first a quick timeout as we head to break and a look at another of the top teams from the spring. The Wheeling Park baseball team made a 2nd straight trip to the state tournament behind a strong 12-member senior class led by first-team All-State shortstop Trevor Thomas. Park took down top seed Morgantown in the best-of-3 regional, winning both on the road to advance to the state tournament. Welcome back to the Ohio Valley's Best 9 Spring Sports Athletes, presented by Belmont Savings Bank. Another top team from the spring, the Edison baseball squad. The Cats went 21-7. Included in the wins this spring, victories against 2018 Division 5 state champ South Range and perennial East District power Highland. Now it's time to begin unveiling the Best 9 Spring Sports Athletes. These will be unveiled in no particular order. First up, the first 3 girls on the Best 9. Madison Fields, first up, junior from Steubenville Big Red softball. Fields had a huge junior season both at the plate and in the pitching circle. She hit .634. Nearly half of her school record 52 hits were doubles. She also connected on 6 homers, drove in 40 runs for the OVAC 5A champs. Pitching, she posted a 12-2 record with a 2.67 earned run average, striking out 108 hitters. All this earned her OVAC 5A Player of the Year as well. As first-team All-Ohio Division II, she enters next season only 20 hits shy of the school record for hits. Next up, Maddie Winters, sophomore, Magnolia Track and Field. Winters on the Best 9 for the 2nd time this school year after earning a spot as a standout hoops player in the winter. Winters won a pair of state titles in track and field, winning the shot put at 38 feet, 4.5 inches. She followed that up with a victory in the discus, throwing a personal best 124 feet 5 inches to win the Class A title. Winters was also a regional champ along with OVAC 3-all and overall champion in the shot put. In addition to her success in the spring and the winter, Winters was also a key part of the Blue Eagles state championship volleyball team in the fall. Aubrey Weethy, junior, Wheeling Park Track and Field. Weethy was part of Park's victorious shuttle hurdle relay team at state and was 2nd in the 100 hurdles, 3rd in the 300 hurdles, and was on Park's 2nd place 4x1 relay. She was 4th in the race for the high point winner at the meet. Weethy won the hurdle events at the regional and at the OVAC championship. She earned the 5A and overall titles in the 100 and 300 hurdles, as well as being on the victorious shuttle hurdles and 4x1 relays. That's a look at the first 3 of the Best 9 girls. Now we begin to check on the first group of the Best 9 boys. Sebastian Spencer, 2-sport spring standout for Weir High. Spencer was the premier sprinter in the Ohio Valley this spring and in the state of West Virginia for that matter. The junior breaking records all spring, culminating by winning 4 golds at the state meet in May. Spencer won the 110.6 seconds, breaking his brother Donovan's state meet record. He also won the 221.61 seconds, tying a 34-year-old state meet mark. In between, he anchored 2 gold medal winning relays and come from behind fashion, including an amazing finish here in the 4x1 where he took the baton in 7th and sprinted to victory. Of course, Spencer also the regional and OVAC champ in the 100 and 200 and a key part of Weir High's baseball lineup where he not only showed that speed on the base pass but also showed some power and knocking 2 homers over the fence for Jason Engel's squad. Clayton CRISS, senior catcher, Steubenville baseball. CRISS was named the Division II East District Player of the Year and 2nd team All-Ohio after leading Big Red with a .468 batting average. He only struck out 2 times in 94 at-bats. CRISS hit 9 doubles, a triple, drove in 28 runs while handling duties behind the plate. CRISS will be representing the district and OVAC champion Big Red in the upcoming Augusta Sportswear All-Ohio Series. Anthony Sinacropi, senior pitcher and outfielder from the Edison Wildcats, is next up. Sinacropi earned East District Division III Player of the Year and First Team All-Ohio after producing in the field, at the plate, and on the mound. The future Kent State Golden Flash hit .408 with 6 doubles, 6 triples, 21 stolen bases. On the mound, he posted a 6-2 record with an earned run average of just 1. He struck out 66 batters in 48 2/3 innings pitched. He'll be playing as well in the upcoming Augusta Sportswear All-Ohio Series. 6 more girls, 6 more boys still to be revealed on the Best 9, but another check on one of the top teams from this spring. The St. Clairsville softball team won the OVAC 4A title, defeating top seed Oak Glen in the title game 2-0. The Red Devils also won a sectional title before bowing out to Steubenville in the district semis. We are back on the Ohio Valley's Best 9 Spring Sports Athletes, presented by Belmont Savings Bank. More top teams from the spring included the Madonna baseball and softball teams. Both brought home OVAC titles. Baseball team repeated by knocking off top-seeded Cameron, while the softball team earned a 5th straight OVAC title in Class A. The Blue Dons, led by sophomore 1A Player of the Year, Maddie Daugherty. We now continue our countdown with 3 more of the Best 9 male athletes from the spring sports season. Nathan Carafa, senior, Toronto baseball. Carafa, a 3-time first-team All-Ohioan, also Division IV East District and State Player of the Year. All these honors coming before Carafa helped lead the Red Knights to the Ohio Division IV State Championship. He got the job done at the plate and on the mound. Entering the state tournament, the future Ohio State Buckeye was batting around .560 and continued that strong hitting in Akron. He broke open the state semifinal win with a 3-run triple, and his infield single brought home the first run of the game in the title game. On the mound, Carafa, the winning pitcher in that state championship matchup, striking out 12 batters. He was also the Red Knights' winning pitcher in the regional final against Newark Catholic and in the district semi against Highland. And he tossed a 1-hitter in the OVAC finals. All total, he posted a 7-0 record, 46 strikeouts, and a little more than 44 innings pitched, and an ERA just a shade over 2. Kellen Tropek, senior, Oak Glen track and field. Tropek capped off his high school career with a pair of state titles in the throwing events. He first won the AA shot put at 53 feet, 7.5 inches. Tropek then went over and defended his discus state title, his top toss of 158 feet, 3 inches. And during the season, he topped the 160-foot mark. He was the OVAC 4A and overall champ in the discus, and in the 4A champ in the shot put. Tropek will continue his education and throwing career at the University of Charleston. Eli Petho, senior pitcher and infielder for the Lindsley Cadets, next up on the Best 9. Petho was the winning pitcher in the Cadets OVAC 3A title game win, drove in a pair of runs in that game. All totaled on the mound, he posted a 7-0 record, 2 saves, 1.70 earned run average. While not pitching, he was strong on the field, in the field at shortstop for the Cadets. He hit .288 with 10 runs batted in, and his production earned him OVAC Class 3A Player of the Year honors. Now, we go back to the Best 9 girls. The next group features a pair of senior softball standouts and a track All-Ohioan. And that track All-Ohioan is Takayla Kelly, senior from Steubenville Big Red. Kelly capped off her high school career with 2 more All-Ohio finishes at the Ohio State track and field meet. She was 6th in the 200, 7th in the 100. Prior to state, Kelly brought home 3 golds at the regional meet, winning the 100, 200, and 400, an event she added later on in her senior year. Kelly, also the OVAC 5A and overall champ in the 100 and 200, she'll run in college at the University of Dayton, and she recently ran the second leg on Ohio's victorious 4x2 relay at the annual Midwest Meet of Champions. Taylor Galentine, senior, St. Clairsville softball. Galentine, OVAC 4A Player of the Year and second team All-Ohio. After hitting .587 this season, she scored both of the Red Devils' runs in their OVAC 4A championship win over Oak Glen. She collected the Devils' only 2 hits in that victory. All total, she scored 25 runs this season. Galentine, a 4-year starter at St. C, and will be playing for a very strong Division III program, Muskingum, as she heads off to college. Brooklyn Rubel, senior, Bridgeport softball. Rubel was again the ace of the Bulldogs softball team, posting 14 wins, including 2 no-hitters. Rubel struck out 279 batters this spring, posted a 1.80 earned run average, and helping the Dogs reach the OVAC finals, where they fell to West Virginia State tournament qualifier Clay Battelle. Rubel also produced at the plate. She hit around .400 this season, drove in 15 runs. Her strong season this year followed up a junior campaign in which she earned OVAC Class 2A Player of the Year. Still 3 more boys and 3 more girls to be recognized here on the Best 9 Spring Sports Athletes presented by Belmont Savings Bank. But first, another check on one of our top teams from the spring. A young Wheeling Central softball team made it back to the state tournament. The Maroon Knights made it to the championship round, where they bowed out to state champion Sherman. Sophomore Jerica Baylor was named first team All-State. Sophomore pitcher Kyla Tharp voted to the second team. Back on the Ohio Valley's Best 9 Spring Sports Athletes presented by Belmont Savings Bank. Another top team from the spring, Wheeling Park softball. The Patriots qualified for the West Virginia State softball tournament after taking down Morgantown 2-1 in regional play. 3 boys, 3 girls to go on the Spring Sports Best 9. And we get started on the boys' side. Calvin Bickerstaff, Jr. from Steubenville, Big Red Baseball. Bickerstaff came up big in tournament play for Big Red. He tossed a complete game shutout against Indian Valley in the district final, then followed that up with a complete game effort in the regional semis against Licking Valley. A 6-2 Big Red win. Although his time on the mound was limited during the middle of the season, he was dominant around that. Was 5-0 with a 0.55 earned run average, struck out 43 batters and 37 in 2/3 innings of work. He walked only 6. Bickerstaff also hit more than 300 at the plate, hitting .346 with 3 doubles, 2 triples, 22 runs batted in. Next up, Justin Wright, Jr., Wellsville Track and Field, our only local OVAC athlete to bring home a state title at the the Ohio State meet, that is. It was Wright who brought home 2 golds, winning Division III long jump and the 100-meter dash. He won that race in 10.69 seconds. He was second in the 221.65 seconds behind Kalida senior Josh Verhoff, who ran a 21.39, which broke Caddis alum Denver Williams' state meet record. Wright was also district and regional champ in the 100 and 200 and also won the district high jump championship. Cole Roach, senior, Bel Air Track and Field. He was the Valley's premier shot putter throughout the spring, continuing to set records and remain undefeated in his specialty event through the regionals. LaRoche won OVAC overall and 3A titles, all of district and regional championships. His season best throw of 61 feet 2 inches is a school record. He finished 4th at the Ohio Division II state meets, making him a 3-time All-Ohioan. He was a state champ as a junior, and he's going to continue his throwing career in college for Division II national champion Ashland. And that brings a wrap to our Best 9 boys. Now to cap off the Best 9 girls. Remember, these have been announced in no particular order. Faith Hubler, senior, Edison Track and Field. Hubler was the top female discus thrower throughout the spring in the area, undefeated in every meet she entered until the state meet in Columbus. Hubler, regional, district, OVAC 4A, and overall district champion in the spring. Her toss of 130 feet 9 inches in a district meet was tops in the Valley. She'll continue her throwing career at the University of Mount Union. Maggie Kowalczyk, senior, Oak Glen Track and Field. Kowalczyk defended her West Virginia AA long jump title, leap of 17 feet 10 inches. She was also long jump champ at the regional and was the OVAC 4A and overall winner in that event as well. She was also part of 3 successful Golden Bear relays, the 4x1, 4x2, and 4x4, all scored points at the state meet. Kowalczyk also stood out on the basketball court and soccer field for the Golden Bears in her high school career. And Caitlin Ferns, senior, Wheeling Central softball and track and field. Ferns capped off her high school career, producing in 2 sports. Of course, she's a 4-year standout for the Maroon Knight softball team, the team's lone senior, named to the all-tournament team at state. Ferns added a track and field championship to her accomplishments this spring, going out for track and running on the Maroon Knights' record-setting 4x1 relay. Ferns was also on their 3rd place 4x4, and she qualified for state in the long jump. So there you have it, the Best 9 boys and girls from the spring. Before we wrap things up, a look at another top team from the spring. That'd be Meadowbrook baseball and softball. The Colts softball team, a memorable tournament run, rallying from 5 runs down to win a regional championship, advancing to the Ohio Division III Final Four, where they bowed out to eventual state champ, top-ranked Warren champion. They were 19-10 on the season. The Colts baseball team won the OVAC 4A title with an extra inning triumph over Edison. They were led by OVAC 4A Player of the Year, junior pitcher Logan Fox. Well, before we officially close the books on the spring sports season, in case you missed it, let's take a final look at the best 9 boys and girls now in alphabetical order. First on the best 9 boys, Calvin Bickerstaff and Clayton CRISS of Steubenville Baseball, Nathan Carafa of state champion Toronto Baseball, Cole LaRoche, Bel Air Track and Field, Eli Petho, Lindsley Baseball. Also on the best 9 boys, Anthony Sinacropi from Edison Baseball, Sebastian Spencer, Weir High Track and Baseball, Kellen Tropek, Oak Glen Track and Field, Justin Wright, state champion from Wellsville Track. Caitlin Ferns, Wheeling Central Softball Track on the best 9 girls, along with Madison Fields, Taylor Galentine, Faith Hubler, Tequila Kelly. Also on the best 9 girls side for 2019, Maggie Kowalczyk, Brooklyn Rubel, Aubrey Weefy, and Maddie Winters. And thanks again for joining us for the Spring Sports Edition of the Ohio Valley's Best 9 presented by Belmont Savings Bank. Have a great night. We'll see you again soon.
Ready, break.